great to have you join us on Art House. I'm Melinda Akinlami. On today's edition of the program, we'll show you some rare pieces done by a veteran artist. And talking about exquisite pieces, they were up for grabs when the hammer came down recently during an art auction in Lagos. I'll give you details of that and so much more on the program in a moment.
I will not accept an inferior position in the art world, nor have my art called African, because I have not correctly and properly given expression to my reality. I have consistently fought against this kind of philosophy. It is bogus.
Remarkable pieces which dates back to 1959. That's what veteran artist Professor Bruce Onobrakpeya is showing in his exhibition at the Whitbaker in Lagos.
Just an aside, the Hamatan workshop has...
The event is to celebrate the 60-year studio practice of a man who's become a legend in the art scene. And that's why a crowd has gathered to behold his works of art, which span many decades. Pieces include painting, sculpture, and installation, especially of his signature printmaking style, where he has displayed the country's rich culture.
Well, I'm a printmaker, and printmaking uses different techniques to produce different results. I have innovated a lot of techniques, and those techniques have been called now the Nigerian printmakers technique, and they have influenced a lot of Nigerians, and exhibitions by them in the country and outside the country have been received with joy. And so this is just a selection of a few of the techniques and a few of the works and few of the themes that I've worked on for many years.
If you look into these prints, it's a medium that he made popular in Nigeria. And if you are able to now see how his black and white or the plastograph, which is the colored works, are able to relate those very brilliant hues, then you are able to see the Africanness, the brilliant sun and the tropical warm colors of Africa are well displayed in his works. But it's a very unique thing for him to be celebrating 60 years of studio practice. 60 years of his studio practice. I'm just 60. So you can imagine that he's been practicing since I was born.
There are different works from different periods, and the techniques are also quite different. Generally, I use the art to give the story of our lives and to dream. And the technique is very experimental. Printmaking is experimental. They are also very democratic. And the prints are democratic because they can reach a lot of people. And we use them to produce something that is beautiful and to send messages and to communicate ideas and so on and so forth.
The SMO Contemporary is proud to have curated the show of this living master and taken time to select images that chronicle his 6-decade journey, which is structured into 3 themes.
The exhibition, you can always tell where an elephant has passed. is an exhibition of 35 prints by Professor Bruce Onobrakpeya in commemoration of 60 years of studio practice. So we have works here that go all the way back to 1959, which was his first exhibition in Ughelli, all the way up to works that he has done this year. So it's a very, very exciting body of work. As we all know, Professor Bruce Onobrakpeya is a living legend. He is one of Nigeria's most prolific experimental artists. He's one of Africa's most celebrated artists. His work has been exhibited around the world. And today at 87, we are so delighted that we were able to have a conversation with him. Bruce Onobrakpeya's work spans the history of Nigeria and also talks about our culture, our traditions, our folklore, and also is a social commentary on the socio-political happenings of the nation. So he has works that deal with environmental issues, environmental degradation in the Niger Delta. He even has a work that he did 2 years ago, which was inspired by what happened to the Chibok girls. So Professor Bruce is both a commentator as well as an artist that is trying to remind us of our incredibly rich cultural history.
The crowd, which is gathered here to be part of this veteran's stellar career, captured in visuals, is proud that this living legend is being singled out today to be celebrated.
Yes, at 87, he's still fit, in good spirit, and he's still working. I think it's a thing of joy, and we thank God for his life, and we pray that God continues to keep him for quite a while. Relationship with him, way back in 1985, I met him for the first time. I bought a piece of work from him, which he claimed was incomplete, but I considered it complete. Since then, of course, I bought a lot of works. So it's been a wonderful relationship with him. We learn a lot from him, his spirit of hard work, and his simple attitude to life. He's a great man.
Bruce Onobrakpeya is a living legend, UNESCO acclaimed living legend. And if you look at his work tells a story. And if you look and try to read the work, because paintings need to be read like literature. And if you are able to read the work, then you are able to read the history, the culture, the way of life of African people. Most importantly, Nigeria, the Urhobo culture, the Edo culture, which is drawing his inspiration from.
Bruce is an inspirator to every young artist, and you can see that he is a man that has proven himself all over the world, not only Africa. And we have been able to do a lot of things through him. I think it's a big psychology to the mind of the youth because of all he has contributed. He's a master, he's a great patriot, and he's a great giver.
As one of Nigeria's leading artists, it's only right that we celebrate our very own. And I think we need to do better. We need to be able to bring out these icons that have made such a huge contribution to Nigeria and to celebrate them and also have them inspire the younger generation.
This special commemorative exhibition, which has been tagged Any, You Can Always Tell Where the Elephant Has Passed By, speaks volumes of the personality honored today. Despite his achievements, his simplicity and humility keep viewers in awe every time they meet him.
It's great to know that the veteran is investing in the next generation with his many art programs from Lagos to Delta State. And talking about the future, some of them sent in their works of art online. These are the works of art you sent in this week. We begin with this one by Erasmus Captain John. It's called My Hair, My Pride. It's done with pencil on cardboard paper. Then Christopher Ankoli has Morning Transit, a watercolor piece. Debbie Okeowo has My Love, an acrylic on cardboard image. African Beauty is Oyewoga Doyin's poster color work. The Ancestral has Share Hypocrisy, an oil on canvas piece. While Toby Enefe is throwing a slum party with his acrylic on canvas work. We wrap things up with Uche Obasi's Use Your Head. It's a wordism technique he has been pushing. It's done with oil on canvas. Those are the works of art you sent in. We do encourage you to keep them coming and always remember to put the relevant information beside them when you send in that work of art. Let's take a moment now. When Art House returns, we look at the auction organized by Art House Contemporary and so much more. So join us again.